Look at this question. Okay, this question is about partial fraction together with this thing called the method of differences. Okay, method of differences. Just take a look at this question first. First part is for changing 20 n bracket n plus 2 into partial fraction. So this is simple. This is like both linear factor. Okay, so both is case 1 n plus 2 plus b bracket n over n bracket n plus 2. Okay, so which means that 20 is equals to a bracket n plus 2 plus b bracket n. I let n is equals to 0. My 20 is equals to 2a. A equals to 10. I let n is equals to negative 2. My 20 is equals to negative 2b. My b is equals to negative 10. Okay, so all of you should have no problem getting the partial fraction part, which means that 20 over n bracket n plus 2 is equals to 10 over n, okay, minus 10 over n plus 2. Okay, so the next part of this is called a method of differences. There is actually this topic which I learned when I was a student, but now they don't teach it anymore as a topic. But they like to put it in partial fraction and let you discover it yourself. Okay, so first you must know that part 2 is related to part 1. Part 2 says that what is 20 over 1 times 3 plus 20 over 2 times 4 plus 20 over 3 times 5 plus, okay, I bring it, n square minus 1 n dot 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 plus 20 over n square minus 1 plus 20 over n square plus 2n. Okay, equals to. Alright, so now this first part, you know, we can just leave it first. There is actually a pattern that you can see. Plus 20 over 3 times 5 plus dot 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 plus n square minus 1. We make it to n plus 1, n minus 1. Okay? N square plus 2n, n plus 2. You realize that all this is related to this guy that is here. Okay? This question likes to come out during prelim times. Okay? O level, I seldom see it. Okay? IP school, sometimes they like to give this because this might be used again in JC times. Okay? So you realize that for the first one, this guy is my n. This guy is my n plus 2, right? Let's convert the first guy to become 20. So, 20 over 1 times 3 is the same as 10 over 1 minus 10 over 3. That is for the first guy. Okay? Plus, you write the plus below. Do not write you can write the plus in front, but it's harder to see. So this is what my JC teacher taught me last time, and I still remember. Okay, and now I'm going to teach you. So 10 over 2 times 4, 20 over 2 times 4 is 10 over 2 minus 10 over 4. You can just keep the 10 down there. Don't have to keep it in the simplest form, it's okay. So that is for the second guy. The third guy is 10 over 3 minus 10 over 5. Okay, can see the pattern already now? Where? It's like increasing, and actually the important thing is, can you see this is 10 over 3? Where is the other 10 over 3? It is here, right? 10 over 3 minus 10 over 3. This guy and this guy will cancel off. Okay? So actually everybody, right, that you continue to write, right, will continue to cancel off and cancel off. Right? So that's why we always write it in this manner. Okay? Until, now this hasn't ended yet, plus, in the middle there's a plus dot dot dot. So we write the last two terms, plus 20 over n minus 1, n plus 1 is 10 over, okay, the smaller one should be in front, minus 10 over n plus 1. Okay? Plus the last guy, which is 20 over n plus 2 is the same as 10 over n minus 10 over n plus 2. Okay? So if all these things start to cancel, it will also cancel this guy, and it will also cancel this guy. Because the first two guy that is over here was not cancelled, right? Means there's also a last two guy that is here that will not be cancelled away. Standard one, okay? Your answer is 10 plus 10 over 2 minus 10 over n plus 1 minus 10 over n plus 2. So that will give you 15 minus 10 over n plus 1 minus 10 over n plus 2. Okay, so this technique of, you realize that the first guy that's 10 over 3, right? So we have to continue writing until we see the first 10 over 3. One of them is plus, one of them is minus. We can cancel them away. Then you will follow a pattern of cancellation. Okay, you will follow a pattern of cancellation. This guy cancel with this guy will cancel with somebody else, this guy will cancel with somebody else will cancel with him, and somebody else will also cancel with him. Whatever is left with the first two guys here, and whatever is left with the last two guys here would be your answer. Okay, sometimes your method of differences, not all the time, this thing called method of differences, the cancellation will leave with the first two, these two guys here and these two guys here. Sometimes it could be like A minus B, then C minus D, okay, and then D minus E, so on and so forth. Sometimes the cancellation can be like that, okay? So if you have left with if you have three guys here at the start, right? Then what must you remain at the back part? Three guys here. Yes, correct. Okay, so this is the part called method of differences, commonly used in partial fraction. Okay, when is the clue to need to use this? When you see something like a pattern here that keeps on adding, okay, with a pattern below, and each of the fraction can be split into two fractions. One is a positive and one is a negative. Okay.